Hello and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's now the 23rd of October, Friday evening, and we're doing the run home. And this week it's been murder. Absolutely rammed out this week. I blame it all on Bob Bell because he was all stressed out in his last vlog, and then that seems to put a jinx on me, and I've had nout but hassle all week. It's been a right hard, and it has really hard. I know, it just, I mean, sometimes with our work it's a bit inconsistent. You have the odd days where it's a bit quiet and dead easy, and then you have just mad days or mad days following mad days where it's way too busy and you're filling in for other people as well as trying to do your own stuff, and there's too much, and it's just like and Monday and Tuesday this week was like that. It was rammed, and it's not really helping. I'm trying to sort out, we've got a big event going on 2 weekends time. I'm going to Manchester for the weekend 7th and 8th of November for an event called Cup North, which bills itself as a festival of coffee. So it's not really an exhibition, it's more about everything that is speciality coffee and artisan coffee. So you can kind of liken it to the sort of the craft beer market, speciality coffee nowadays. So this is all high quality, high-end stuff, and this is really an exhibition for the micro roasters, the people who are doing very small batches of speciality coffee. So it's people sort of showing what they do as a micro roaster, and then there'll be equipment and things like that. So we're going with a 5 kilo coffee roaster, a 1 kilo coffee roaster, and an espresso machine, but the sort of a very high-end fancy model. And also we're going to be taking books, 3 books for sort of baristas and coffee roasters by an American author who's a guy called Scott Rao, who I mentioned him before. We did books on Amazon, but I'm going to take those books as well. And obviously they'll be available to buy at the event from our stand, as well as we're sort of promoting the roasters, the big roasters and things like that. So the 5 kilo is a monster of a thing, and that's going to be a right laugh. So we're going to get it to Manchester on the Friday afternoon to set up, and then on the so it's going to be a tail lift Luton van to get it palleted onto, but it's a massive thing. I mean, 5 kilo doesn't sound a lot, but it's still a big crate, and we're going to move it in and then take all the sides off and get it on display. So that's going to be fun, really, and all the other stuff to get in on the Friday. And then they don't finish, and it finishes like 5 on the Sunday, but then you've got to get everything out on the Sunday before midnight, hopefully. That's nice, isn't it? So we're going to unpack everything on the Sunday as well, and then get back from Manchester, and then back to work as normal on Monday. That'll be great. So, but yes, that's going on. So all that's busyness going on. And then also the living room TV finally decided to expire. Well, it's not finally expired, it kind of gave up the ghost last weekend. So I don't know if I mentioned in March it started going a bit wonky. Back in March when I went skiing, for enough. It started just like taking it 20 minutes to half an hour to warm up. Before then, one side would be kind of dark and a bit sort of ghosty as well. It was like it wasn't really keeping the image up as well as it should be. It was also kind of greyed out and dark. And it's kind of managed since then, but it got progressively like longer and longer for that dark side, left hand side being dark, to disappear. And then you know, it got to about 45 minutes. It ended up, we were kind of trying to leave the thing on, but it didn't help. If there was no picture on or nothing moving, it would tend to go back dark itself as well, so you had to make sure. And the TiVo box has a tendency to shut itself off after a while for energy saving purposes, so of course that never helped. But last weekend it decided to just stay like that black thing all the time, permanently, all over the Saturday and Sunday. So I thought, stuff it and get a new one. It's done. Done another 7 months after it started being knacked up, so I persevered that long. I thought it was time to replace it. I'm trying to work out. We had it, well, we think a bit before the youngest was born, and he's 5 now, so I think it's done 7 years, so it's probably not bad, really. A Sony, it's a Sony 46-inch, that one was. The one before, I think, was a 50-inch, but that was one of these projector ones. That lasted about 2.5 years, which wasn't great, really. And I still went back to Sony. Madness. And guess what? Gone back to Sony again this time. More madness. No, well, I mean, we were looking around. I was looking at, you know, the 46 to 50-inch range, looking at TVs, and was looking at sort of LG, Samsung, Panasonic, as well as Sony, so a bit of a broad range. And looking at those, and the missus like, oh, well, Samsung want to be right, but we'd have to change the surround sound system, the Sony surround sound system, because I can't be having a Sony surround sound. If we get a Samsung TV, you're going to have to get like a Samsung soundbar or Samsung surround sound. So I'm like, let's get the Sony TV and keep the existing surround sound. That sounds cheaper. So yeah, looking at other TVs went out the window when she said that. She wasn't going to keep the existing surround sound if we change manufacturer, so stuff it, we've gone with Sony again. And let's see how we get on with it. 48-inch Sony, and incredible, it's so thin compared to the big heavy beast that I had to lug upstairs at the weekend because we got fed up of it being a rubbish picture and brought the upstairs one down. So thin. The bezel is like just less than a centimetre all the way around, where the other one is about 2.5 centimetres and about 4 at the bottom because of the speakers. You can't even see where the speakers are with this one got now. So amazing sort of thing. I hadn't intended on getting a smart one, but it apparently is. It wanted to connect to the internet and did an update today. Great. But yeah, otherwise it's a TV. It's a 48 inch, so it's a little bit bigger picture size. But other than that, yeah, it's a new TV for the living room, keep everyone happy. So more expense, great. That's what I needed. I got that. I'm actually gonna end up getting wall mounted. The missus decided, so I got a mount and whatever else, but because of that, then the TV cabinet in the living room is going to go, and we're going to have shelves build shelves underneath where it's going to be wall mounted to house the 4 devices. So that's surround sound, TiVo box, PlayStation 4, then Mac Mini, and associated little bits and pieces. So that's something else I'm going to have fun with, but that could be a while before I get a chance to actually think about that, even though I got the various bits when I got it. So yeah, we had that fun, as well as being busy all week. I had that fun. That turned up, got it off Amazon Prime, surprise surprise, but you know, at least you got a bit of protection there with Amazon, and the price was good as well. A good £250 reduction. I'm not really sure if you're getting that amount off the list price, but it was a good price. And yeah, and it arrived with a 2-man crew safely, so that was good. Better than going in a shop and then trying to load it into your car, especially on a big thing like that. So I got all that set Wednesday. The old big one is still upstairs in the bedroom at the moment, because I really can't be bothered moving it anywhere else, being a great big heavy lumping thing. So that, I think, will be staying up there, because miraculously as well, when I moved it up to the bedroom, it's now suddenly decided it's going to go back to only taking about half an hour, and then going to pretty much normal screen. There's still a bit of a black blob on the left side that's a bit annoying, but so I kind of thought I'm going to live with it at the moment. And it's quite nice having a 50-inch TV in your bedroom. Get the PlayStation 3 hooked on it, or obviously I've got my Android TV fully loaded with Kodi on it, so any film watching I want to do as well on a nice 50-inch screen. You know? Bargain. So yeah, upstairs is turning into a right multimedia experience now. Not really. You don't go up there to bed with the youngest. Go there to go and watch some media and stuff. So other than that, we have of course had 9.1 released to the public, iOS 9.1. Surprised me, I got a software update system notification, because I was on obviously 9.1 beta 5, so I kind of didn't expect it to realise that it was going to let me update to that. So alright, got that, and that new iOS 9 feature is nice as well. It says, you know, do you want to install it now or later tonight when it's on charge? Which of course is great. You just say do that, and then it does it overnight, messes about while you're not doing anything with your phone. So that was good, did that, and that's updated. I believe there's an update for the watch, which I haven't installed yet, just because I've got it actually working quite nicely how I like it. So I'm a bit, you know, if I install this update, is it's going to knock out Apple Pay again and end up with another new fresh install or something else. So I probably will update that eventually, but I'm just holding off for the moment because I've got enough to worry about without it going a bit wonky. Film wise, fun enough, because I watched Mission Impossible Rogue Nation last week, I thought I'm going to go back through the Mission Impossibles slowly but surely. So I started off with the first one. It was 1996 that came out. 96. And I was watching it, I thought, crikey, Tom Cruise looks young. Yeah, well, I suppose it's nearly 20 years ago, 19 years ago when that was done. It's kind of amazing how young he still looks now, but although I should think that's more due to some surgeons than anything else. But yeah, I don't even know how old Tom Cruise is, to be honest. But so I watched that, and yeah, I mean, it probably is a bit dated now, as far as you know, the graphics, the images, or whatever else. You know, the quality of it, not great. But yeah, it was a good watch. So on to the next one when I get a chance to that. And then something else I watched, which I'd been sort of wanting to watch for a while, is again, watch again for a while. So not watch, but watch again for a while. The World's End with Simon Pegg in. I think I saw it in a supermarket somewhere. I haven't watched that again since I watched it the first time for ages, and much was that. So decided to watch that the other night, and it was still great. It was a really good laugh, that film. It's quite good because when you start watching it, you don't realise what it's going to come out like. So it becomes a bit of a surprise. So it starts off when you're a bit like, oh well, yeah, it's just some friends getting back together after all these years and going out for a few beers, and then it all goes a bit strange. But it's a good film, well worth watching. The World's End, which is a pub, and it's about boozing, the film, really, and a twist. So worth watching. That's for Simon Pegg. He's a good. I really like Simon Pegg. I rate him. So we're back. I probably haven't covered half of what I was going to, but I never prepared myself, so what the heck. And 15 minutes is probably enough of me waffling on anyway. So, okay. Enjoy your weekend and week next week, and I'll catch you next week in the coffee vlog.